Hey, good afternoon, my people. What's up? Hope and trust that all is going good. Today is what? Thursday, the 29th day of January, 2026, and the time right now is 13 minutes after the 2 p.m. hour. And I do hope and trust that all is doing well. Well, a friend of mine called me this morning and she said, "Hey, you never spoil me. May I look forward to some kind of a video, some kind of, video." And I smiled, I said to her, I didn't even know if I was going to do a video today. But here I am now making a video. As the vibrations come, yeah, I do it. When I stopped working at Point FM, I told myself that I was not going to work for another radio station. No, I'm not doing that no longer. I'm not, I'm always going to be or have to be in the position where I can say what I want, respectfully, of course, where I must or where I can. But I promised myself then that as far as media was concerned, you know, I will be responsible for me. I'm not going on no radio station, that kind of stuff. So I knew a wonderful young lady, and I touched base with her, and she set up my Facebook pages. Um, and the rest is history after that. I kind of figured that I'd use that platform to make my contribution as I see fit, when I see fit. There's an online page. The name of it is the Latin Times. Y'all might want to Google it for yourself. I always like to give my reference so people don't say that I'm making up stories. The Latin Times. And there's a story on there, it was published on the 26th of January. That's going to be about Tuesday, yeah, or Monday. That's going to be on the 26th, Monday. And I'll just read maybe the first paragraph of their book, the first two paragraphs or so. It says Russia's ambassador to Venezuela said the country knows the names of those who betrayed Venezuela's authoritarian president Nicolas Maduro earlier this month. Speaking to Rossiya 24, Rossiya, Sergey Melik Bradaskov, Minabani, so said local law enforcement agents didn't do all they could during the operation that took place on January 3rd. He went on to say that actions that ended in the operations began before the raid. So it began before January 3rd. Nothing that noting that, if what happened here long before this happened can be called treason, naturally it was. So he was speaking to the preparation that ended up in the action that took place on the 3rd of January. We know all the names. We know the names of those traitors who fled Venezuela and systematically worked with the US intelligence, the ambassador added. The reason why I went to that story, it is, well, from what this gentleman here is reporting, January 3rd was not the beginning, the end, and everything in between. It started before. There had to have been communication, etc., etc. And you'll see why I go to that as I go down the line. In my opinion, and history have documented many a story, many a story, where some people organize something from behind the scenes and then pretend that they don't know a thing when you see things happening. If you just do a little research, and it's right there in history. It's nothing new, you know. I hear a lot of people saying that Trump is an idiot. I do not share that opinion, or I do not share that view, as some people might say. I am already on record as to my thoughts on Trump, so I don't need to go over that again. But what I will say is that Trump had a term as president, his first term, and he experienced certain things. And when he won his second term, because it was Trump one, then Biden, then Trump two. No. When he won his second term, from all that I can see, Trump was determined not to repeat the same mistake he made from his first term. And what was that mistake that he made? Or what did he do in his second term not to repeat the mistakes from the first term? In the second term, he has surrounded himself with his people, the people that he can trust, the people who he knows supports him. He has done that. He have done that in his second term. Good or bad, history will judge if he was wise in taking such a decision or not. History will say that. From what I'm seeing thus far, he certainly is getting through his program that he would have campaigned on, because he has surrounded himself with persons who is about executing what he campaigned on. Before I give Mr. Pringle some free advice, I hear some people no crying. They're crying now that the damage have been done. Yeah, they're crying now that the damage have been done. This damage was not done this week, in my opinion. It was not even done this year, in my opinion. This damage was done way before. And what we're seeing now, what they say, you're sowing the wind, you're reaping the whirlwind. We're seeing what is coming out of what was sowed. Good decisions bring good consequences. Simple. Bad decisions bring bad consequences. You can't have it in our cross. Good bring good, bad bring bad. For those who I see crying some crocodile tears, no. As is the case with me, I always look to the word of God for guidance. And I will share with them Micah chapter 3 and verse 4 from that chapter. Hey, the partner might not be an atheist, he not reading about the Bible, so maybe you might hear it now if you listen. Then shall they cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. Yeah. So for those persons who must see a shed some crocodile tears now, anyway, let me not get down to that level. Mr. Pringle, I have assessed where the race is right now in this country. And I keep saying, and I believe it, I don't like to speak in absolute. God alone is absolute. He knows all. But as I speak today, at this very moment, I cannot see how the United Progressive Party can win the next general elections. I can't see it. I can't see it. As I say, that's me. God might have a different plan. He do what he want. But as I'm speaking today, the 29th of January, I can't see it. I cannot see it. In my opinion, if that turns out to be the case, our country will be worse off for that. I truly believe that. Our country will be worse off for that. Mr. Pringle, I would want to suggest to you and advise you to be like Trump in his second term. I can't see, when I go through the list, I see 2 safe seats for the UPP in the next elections. I see 2 safe seats. One of them is All Saints East and St. Luke's. That's Mr. Pringle's constituency. And the other one, I wouldn't name it for certain reasons, but I believe that the executive for that constituency branch need to get rid of the candidate. I think they need to get rid of the candidate. You ready yet? And I'm of the opinion that even if you put on Stone for run there, a Stone to replace the candidate, if you put on Stone there, there's a very high possibility or probability, whichever the word it is, that the Stone is going to win. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the executive. I'm replacing that candidate. Because chances are whoever I put there, they're going to win. Mr. Pringle, as I said, when I look at what's happening where we are today, I would just let it run its course. Let it run its course. Because I believe you're going to get the opportunity in the future to paint your portrait on a blank canvas after the next election. I really believe so. As you will see from my backdrop, what am I name? What am I name? My name, wait, Hans Kem, as Hans Kem say, those who have the youth on their side control the future. And I said it in a video just now. I thought that you were close to 50. Somebody tell me that you're 44 years old. I don't know. But if you are, I know that they're setting you up to be the leader of the UPP for a long time to come. So, yes, as I said, if we don't have a change to how things happen in Antigua, we're going to feel the pain. I am quite aware of that. I'm quite aware of that. But for what we see going on, we not trust them. Not me. So let it run its course. All of them who say they want to be leader and who people are pushing them to be leader and so, make them win their seat. Because they didn't win their seat at the end of the day. And me believe that you will win your seat. And with youth on your side, you're gonna have blank canvas, man, and you're able to paint where you want, like how Trump has done it. And as I said, history will judge Trump and his team when the time pass. So too will history judge you when you have your team and anybody backbite you. Yeah. So let's see what happens, my friend. And that is just my little advice. Them pay all kind of people, all kind of money and so. And I know the conversation I have. I know who I have the conversation with. I mean, none of them hand on me. I know that. But ultimately, God decide what he want to do. But I can't see the UPP winning the next general election. I can't see it. I can't see it. And it's sad. It's sad, I believe, for the country. But people murmur, God send them around the mountain again. So you have to think about that also. You understand what I'm saying? But thinking long term, Mr. Pringle, I think you're set up to be, leader of the United Progressive Party for a long time to come. And, when I started doing these videos, people who I don't know, I don't even know, they would have contacted me and so. And, well, they apparently know you more than I only know you from the outside looking in. And they have told me some things that encouraging for me. You see, you have some people around here in politics, and they're supposed to be bright. They do just enough for poor people so that they maintain their position. That's the game that they play. As I said, and I keep saying, God decide all things. Bless up, my people. Have a good day. And yeah, it will keep revealing itself. I heard a video this morning, somebody sent it to me. Actually, it's in two parts. They sent it to me. I'm not going to comment on it as yet. I'll let some other people comment on it first. And then I'll go. Take care, my people.